very similar to one that I had for TL, is that Han is such a good utility jungle that we might be seeing more of the utility jungles instead of it. Fanny and Ling ban. I think now we're going back to that. The Freya's left open though, so Young Galacticos will just build from there. They pick up the Freya. It's a good flex pick. They've also already taken out one of the counters for it, the Phoveus.
Yep.
So now it's open anywhere. Now Pro, do they go for the straight up counter against the Freya? Do they pick it up?
Let's see if they do. Are they going to double down on the utilities? You still have the Nolan option for Assassin if ever, but then what happens if you pick the Nolan early, you show it up, and then suddenly you're going through a very aggressive Freya, you're up against utility. Things like Akai might still be available, but a Valentina as an option for these two would be great. And Pro continues now to actually look at the drafts of Yangon and taking away some comforts. They've taken away comforts from their roam and mid. The mid laner for Yangon has only played 2 heroes this tournament, Gord and Eudora.
Exactly. Massive pivot for Pro. We're talking about doubling down in the meta game. They might still do that with the Nolan Red 3, but before they do that, they steal away. They deny some of these big picks for Young Galacticos. Han, game 1, beat Pro with a Fredrin Gord. They take away the Guinevere, anticipating the Fredrin Red 3 from Pro with the Juicin in mid.
And the Cho is also a hero that they've won a game with. They're 1-0 on a Cho. And going back to what's worked, I mean, you come up with a game plan. This looked good for us. You take something away. I like this draft already.
As much as you want to try and escape from utilities and junglers in the meta, sometimes you can just take away a few and suddenly you're back to a few months ago. Guinevere, Baxia, welcome back to the utility junglers.
Only when Hirara, Fanny, and Ling are banned do we get to see these heroes, man. Again, just, you know, ban it out. I like what Young Galacticos are doing, especially for game number 1, right? They're trying to get the momentum. They want to stick to their comfort, so they just ban it out. And now we have to talk about later on. You see the glue bans coming down again. It really just seems like we're replaying the meta of Wildcard all over again.
And again, I feel like we have to somewhat thank Team Falcon's Mena for this because they're the only team that banned out both Ling and Hirara blue side, and we saw how that led to their game. It led to going back to the utilities, going back to the tanks in the jungle. But you still have the new elements you have to take into consideration. Esmeralda, Mathilda especially would be a nightmare to deal with for that Gord. Seems like Pro and Yangon are both going to be front to back, with Yangon having more options to break the formation of Pro.
Exactly. I think it's for Pro a little bit more front to back. They really want to play around that Gord, and so I think the carry here will be a very, very good man on top of the Esmeralda. Phoveus, Esmeralda, both already counters to the Freya. The carry is just another cherry on top just to give Freya a little bit more space in the goal if he does go there, or even in XP, right? Because you want to have a Purify here against this lineup. You don't want to go Vengeance against a Chogord Baxia on the Freya.
Ooh,
but they banned the Sora.
They take away the Sora as an option. I believe that is... Oh yeah, that's one of the notes that I have here for Pro. Watch out for their Sora in the EXP lane. So they pick up the Moskov. Our hunch is right. It is very front to back for Pro. Yangon has enough options for dive, and they say, why not more? Let's pick up the Claude. And I think a very solid roamer with Revitalize might be good here.
The Beleric is still up for grabs, though I'm not a big fan of it, knowing how much poke there is on Pro.
Yeah.
Especially with the Cho, early prio as well. So we might just be seeing...
It's Gatotable, if you think about it.
It is Gatotable,
why not
but the Gord, I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see here. Claude also a character that Yangon have won with and Pro Esports have lost with, so they don't actually really care too much that the Claude is there, but it is that dive that's going to pressure the Gord. How can they deal with this? Keep that front to back you were talking about, Mirko. What pick works well to help?
Carmilla!
Wow.
I mean, if we're talking punishing front to backs, punishing team comps that rely on sticking together, that's a pretty good pick.
Theoretically, just looking at everything on paper, I love what Yangon Galacticos have drafted here.
So much AoE as well.
So much AoE that Carmilla is going to give a lot of headaches for Pro if ever they cannot get good momentum to start with, because if things are even and Yangon can play a normal team fight to Pro Esports front to back, then Yangon will continuously tear through them.
And technically, we were talking about Blink already, right? Earlier on, how did they win, dominate MSL Myanmar? It was through Blink getting his picks, random picks, cheesy picks. It was the Hellcurt. It was more damage-oriented, but now we get to see a little bit more of whatever Carmilla is right now. She has a lot of damage just putting it down there. Curse of Blood for the rest of the team. But now for Pro, it's, just doubling down on early game snowball, trying to contest those neutral objectives. kind of dictating the pace of those early neutral objectives.
Early stun, maybe level 4 ult from Gord could get a pick. Pressure from Cho and Yuzhong rounds it out. How do you feel about it, Renmar?
Oh, sorry, Felix loves the Yuzhong. Has been one of his best picks historically. Plus, Claude needs to watch out for that Petrify. A lot of execution, little things you gotta watch out for in the early to mid game, especially for Yangon, because that's their window. If they get to succeed in their window, they're gonna steamroll right through.
Well, they've got the draft, but again, I ask this question, will it be a rerun or a remake? Will we see the same result in YG push through? Will Pro Esports find the solution? The final pick, Yuzhong. We'll see how much of an impact it has as we get this set underway. It's going to be Naisu on the cast alongside Leo. Welcome back, buddy.
And here we go. We waited a couple days leading into the knockouts, and now it's finally here. This is the best part of the tournament, and we get to see what adjustments have been made for our team. Starting off with Yangon Galacticos and Pro Esports. Leo, welcome back. We missed you, man. We're jumping into this one.
Mingalaba and Homoy Mao to all of the Cambodian and Burmese fans watching. This is a best of 5, and the action starts now. Neither side, I'd say, has clear mid-prio, because early on, you see a Carmilla, you think it's safe, and then you stay there maybe 2 seconds longer, and then she deals a lot of damage next thing you know.
You're just cursed. You know, that curse of blood, that ultimate that Carmilla has is what could make this so deadly. Again, fighting around what they have with this composition, even when you look at the emblems that they're running, there is a good fight potential for just Yangon Galacticos to play off Blink.
In the gold lane, you see that both are just jockeying for position. Sanji and Kozin looking for that quick rotation out. Quick duel, both at less than half health right now. Sanji has the level up, BMI back.
This is such a odd thing too, and I know the panel shared the sentiments. Same thing. Hold on, bottom lane.
Ying rocking the Purified, dueling against 2, you were saying.
Okay, to go back to where the meta was just a little bit ago, maybe that is the solution. Just ban out those assassin junglers that have been being picked up so much throughout the course of MSC. You know, the Ling, the Harara, the Fanny now. And I'm wondering if that'll be the case, just because, again, it's the nature of the best of 5. You've got some variations you can go through, especially Game 1 and Game 2, depending how this series goes. But, so what you can expect is a little bit of a slower paced game because of the nature of the junglers that are in play here. You know, the fact that it's Guinevere. Oh, hold on, Han?
Oh, sorry, I'm feeling coming in! Taking down Han! The Retribution Source, the jungler, out of the equation for Yangon early on. Turtle spawns.
Well, that's unfortunate. So this is just going to be a turtle over to Pro Esports. A really good setup. And this is why they were saying, you know, you got to watch out for that Petrify. Sorry, I'm Felix. This is one of his best heroes, this Yuzhong, that he's been able to go ahead and showcase throughout so far.
Whoa.
Pressure.
PPP coming in, does not force the issue. They do get the Purify on Sanji. They pop that.
They pop that Purify, man. But again, you don't want to let this Yuzhong scale up an advantage in the lane matchup alone, and that's why, oh, here's a setup.
Han finds a Requiem. Kaizen looking to take him down, gives the kill over to the jungler. Han finds his redemption. Now they pressure Coily. Coily will be able to secure the orange. Rolling away.
All right, he gets one back. That's fine, evens things out. Han, again, on this Guinevere, so important to go ahead and either lead that charge. You give space to your Claude for Sanji to farm up, get to where he needs to be, get that power spike on the trinity of items. But right now, this is the course. Play around Han, set up potential. Eventually, the beacon is there as well.
A minute prior to the second turtle, I think Yangon Galacticos have already undone the early damage Sword and Felix dealt. We're back to 50-50. Yep. This is neutral. And it's a matter of how fast Ying can make it to that gold lane, and now they find Sa. That soft little gore, the choke down on the Coily, holding on to that Puissance, does not get pressured to press it down, holding it for the 30-second turtle coming up.
Too unfortunate. You can't really flicker, you know, in time, I guess, with Sa there on the gore, just because of how quick that setup with the spatial migration happens. So Yangon Galacticos doing a really good job just finding these little moments across the map. You can see, though, how quickly they're actually rotating across the map, and that's why now, if you're Pro Esports, having this Cho in the hands of PP here, he's got to be able to go ahead and land that kick, land that setup, you know, and then capitalize on it. Skypiercer's picked up for Sa now, too, on this court, so if he's able to get stacks, he's a big threat with that Mr. Gush.
Pro Esports not going to take this line down despite the early pickoff. Yangon Galacticos up by a significant 500 gold. jockeying for position. PPP getting pressured by Kaize. Purifies all off of cooldown on Yangon. Ying and Blink just pressuring the turtle.
Okay, he wants to get his orange quick. Coily's going to be here in time. He's going to roll on through. Ding.
And the Puissance is in. It's good. Blink with the revitalized. Han with the retribution to secure the turtle. Down goes Soria Felix. PPP follows through. Coily finds Han. Felix falls in. And they're not done. They want Coily. And they'll get him. And they eventually will get the kill on Sanji. This Claude is farming up. Good.
2 kills already after the second turtle. Looking for Sa.
Another choke down. One more. Ying gets it.
Man, talk about a switch. Yangon Galacticos just decides to go in high drive, takes the turtle, takes some kills. Now they will capitalize on a tier 1 in mid. Oh, they're not stopping here.
PPP, one more. Kaize gets it. Who has the Sky Piercer? Coily jumps in, finds Kaize. Kaize will still not take this line down. He keeps on going. Han from the flank. Joseph, who has the Sky Piercer?
After this replay, we got to take a look at the items here. But this one, again, great team fighting. You know, this is what we're talking about. The threat, that AoE threat of this lineup, that is there for Yangon Galacticos. Is so deadly. And you wouldn't expect the Klon to be able to go ahead and get this much, you know, value out of that this early on. But a double kill helps Sanji scale up even more at this point. So, you know, fighting into that is something that's going to be difficult, especially for a Cho. You can take a look at the items here real quick. We'll see exactly who has the Sky Piercer. Wow. Okay, so it's just Sa.
Yeah, no, Yangon Galacticos are playing it close to the chest. Despite almost being 3,000 gold up, they decide to be conservative and say, nope, we're going to spread the goods.
Yeah, this is... maybe it's the case where we see Kaize pick it up later, as we've seen with Jushin's before. Eventually, maybe second, third item. He's already got the glowing wand. He'll be going... So he's just going to go to the Clock of Destiny next, I would assume. But again, these variations of the build, especially for the Jushin, has changed depending on the game, depending on the composition, and that's what they're going to play it. So right now, Pro Esports...
Oh! Sanji here, purifies, blazing duet on the Kozen, life stealing away from the small wave, but you can see that he hasn't invested in that just yet, just building the golden staff.
Just getting the golden staff, had to pop the purify. He's not going to have that for this turtle, nor will he have the ultimate. We'll see if Pro Esports wants to go ahead and try to capitalize on that, maybe get the turtle. They're in range for this Coily. Win for the rest of the team to get here. PP just off the corner.
Gets that kick, displaces him. Ying with the Valkyrie's Descent. Turtle still with the retribution range. Revitalized. It's Coily who threads the needle. Han falls to Soria Felix, but Ying still finishes the job. Finds Coily. A trade 2 for 1. Can't he get Felix right now? Ying is on a warpath.
Ooh, this is a problem, you know, when you're trying to disengage, get away. Yes, you got the turtle, but you can't get away from the fight, you know, and that's what happens with this. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, Sanji's not pressing that.
He's not pressing
that.
that.
A mile away.
Has the Mozgov voice line changed?
No. But he has hit the SODs, significantly so for the past 7 minutes. It's just, you know, the one time he pressed it, they still lost.
That's true, that's true. Oh, no, he's actually going to be in trouble now. Goes in.
Okay, he finds a dash to the other side. PPP looking for a punish. Massive Requiem finds Kozen regardless. And now they might find PPP too. Another one goes over to Yangon. A snare set by the Burmese.
This is what I was talking about, Leo. Like when you're trying to get away from the fight, when you're trying to disengage, it's that much more difficult because you have that ability to be dragged back to the opposing team because of the Jushin. And then on top of it, you got Han just having a heyday, jumping in. I mean, this is a composition that can just cut off all your angles because you got a Freya, you got a Guinevere. There's, you know, I feel like even for Blink, it's been kind of low-key what he's been able to do with the Carmilla, but it's all part of the plan.
It's a mobile box. Essentially what we've been missing throughout the first week of MSC. The fact that we thought we could win with the Eves, with the more, you know, immobile heroes like Eudora.
Yeah.
What Yangon Galacticos has through Coach Marvs and MGod is they made a mobile box, Joseph. Wherever Blink is where that box is.
And it's a circle.
Yeah.
It's a circle, you know?
It's a tetrahedron.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, that seems to be working so well with a mobile lineup like this. Now this Lord's coming up here. Pro Esports has really struggled, aside from Coily, again, being on this Moksha. We've seen it before, you know, the little drive-bys, but trying to get this retribution. Okay, he's not going to get thrown up in the air with that spatial migration. Right now, Yangon Galacticos has advantage around this Lord. You've got a push down bot from Kozin.
Massive
fight.
Valkyrie's descent. Ying versus 3. Make that 2. SOD thrown out. Han secures it. Will Kozin press it? He's already here. Amongst the fight. Into the back line. Sanji puts him in half health. Finds one. Make it another. Double kill for this Claude. And that's enough to keep Pro Esports at bay. Yangon with 2 kills and a Lord.
Man, I can't believe that also Ying was just able to buy so much time on this Freya. You know, when he goes Valkyrie form, that's enough to go ahead and keep a lot of the members of Pro Esports at bay. And then it was a great time to just allow the Claude to come in. Sanji, again, 4-0-3, just having a massive game. This is a much more early than what we're used to for Claude's kind of popping off already, having this many kills, but you can already see it. The follow-through off of the setup is what's working so well. Now Lord will charge into this mid-turret.
BBP finds a kick, serves up 1, but it's not going to be enough as the Lord crashes into the base. Kozin throwing these spears out. Koi in trouble with the puissance. The damage reduction ain't enough. It's a 1-for-1. Up right beneath them is their turret fall, and bottom lane shield goes down too. This is defensive Black Dragon form.
Okay, they can use it. Swinging around. Sario and Felix trying to help here.
Felix survives but gets choked back and slammed. 3 have fallen to try and defend.
They'll take this last turret here. Kozen's still up, Pete. Jumping in with that concealed. Just wants to get them off of this. They don't want this game to end just yet. Can they hold this base defense? They've got a wave down bot.
Another Valkyrie's descent. PPP not strong enough to hold out. And there's a Gush trying to kick him out. And there's a massive kick. Sanji wants to end it right here, right now. 1 small minion followed by a wave. Yangon Galacticos. An emphatic win, game 1.
Such a quick victory here for Yangon Galacticos. Just barely reaching that 11-minute mark. It just feel like they switched the switch to go, man. They went on go very quickly.